All right. Well, do it.
Oh, yeah.
Go ahead.
You're not supposed to turn on the mic during the intro, Tom.
No freestyling.
I was trying to beatbox with it. I thought that would be a nice.
Well, it was behind. Congratulations. You can't time a beat.
Yeah. Well, what's going on? Oh, I am hosting, right?
Yeah. Clickbait Sports. Tom's hosting.
Yay! There we
Yay.
go. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to another edition of Clickbait Sports. I'm your host, as I found out 60 seconds ago, Tom Grassi. And boy, oh boy, do we have a lot to talk about on this fine day. Before we get to that, let's do some introductions and talk about the people that are joining me. First, I pointed the right way. I'm getting really good at this.
I know.
Over here, we got the one, the only founder of Democracy, urinating tree himself.
I know. Yes.
Yes.
The only good communist is a dead one, by the way.
Okay, you know what? I gave you a nice intro. I was kind.
Don't shoot the messenger, man. Don't shoot the messenger.
Yeah, listen. Okay, it's
gotta throw my barbs in when I can. That's all.
It's fine. It's all right. Retribution will be swift. Even further on my right, tree, duck a little bit. Just duck. Thank you. All right, so over yonder, we have the man who is freshly groomed, looking good today. Ooh. Mr. Brandon Perna from That's Good Sports.
Thank you. Thank you for complimenting my looks. It's the most important thing to me.
I try to objectify you on a daily basis.
Yeah.
You're a very handsome man.
I've always wanted to be a piece of meat, and now I finally feel like one. So thank you, Tom.
That's it, baby. Listen, Rocky Balboa would be honored to punch you.
Hey, Adrian.
Nice. Then we got the man who took some time off to go to the NBA hype house. That's right. The man, the myth, the legend, the one, Scooter McGruder.
Listen, I'm glad to be back. I missed you guys. I heard there may or may not have been a rampant cussing in the last podcast episode. Is that true?
That's a lie. I don't know where you're.
What name? Okay, I was just wondering. That's what people were saying.
The only F's in the chat were F-bombs.
Accurate.
But listen, I'm glad to be back. Had a great time at the NBA house. Happy to share everything, go over what's popping. But I missed you guys. Chat, I missed you as well. Glad to be back.
Absolutely. And finally, last but certainly not least, the man whose reflective skull is blinded millions. Mr. 5 Point Vince.
No, you should talk about how he's a super famous celebrity now. He got interviewed on MLB.
Oh, Mr. MLB spotlighted creator over here.
Yeah.
What's funny is actually I was super nervous for the interview because I ran through. They gave me the questions beforehand, so I knew what he was going to ask me, and what y'all don't see is Adnan, the guy that was doing the interview, actually messed up and asked me the wrong question out of order, and that threw me completely off. And I had to adjust. I was like, wait a minute. Oh, geez. He asked me the stat question first. And
you weren't supposed to ask that. No, right, do the other one.
Nobody knows it, but it was really fun, by the way. And I'm so thankful that the MLB gave me an opportunity to do that. And I feel great. That was like 4 minutes, 6 minutes of my 15 minutes of fame. So I have 9 minutes left.
Where can we go rewatch that for those who didn't get a chance to watch that?
So I will post a link in the chat real quick. It's actually at this.
We sound like alley cats and heat. Like that's the ambiance we're going with.
What links can we post in there now too?
Yes, hold on.
Listen, before we fall off the deep end a little bit too much, I want to explain the super chats and how they work. If you're a first-time viewer of this fine program, so everybody's streaming right now, and the super chats are going to go to the individual creators, and the creator who has the most amount of money at the very end of the stream gets punished. So just throwing that out there. Now, Brandon Perna was the man who lost last week. And by the way, the costume's still coming in. I can't ship it any faster. They're just I don't know if it's coming by freight. I don't know, but it's on its way.
Patience comes to those who wait.
That's it.
And I'm willing to wait.
I would imagine it's going to be here within the next 2 weeks.
Although my question is, why is your backdrop not littered with Head and Shoulders yet?
Because I'm doing it all at the same time.
It should be a recurring punishment until you get
an explosion.
Yeah, I think every day that the costume doesn't arrive, there should be at least one product.
Wait, retroactively going? No, what is?
This happened a couple weeks ago, dude.
I got a few bottles. I got them upstairs. They have been purchased.
Have you been using them or
no?
He's been using them.
Obviously, look at his hair. It looks terrible.
I have not been using it. Anyway, this is about Brandon Perna, folks.
This is my time to shine.
Now, we've had some great punishments on this show and some not great, but we've had some great ones. We had 5 Point with his ode to David Gettleman, which was truly a work of art.
That was 10 out of 10.
That was amazing. We had Urinating Tree critiquing the legendary Antonio Brown and Le'Veon Bell rap albums.
I hated every single ounce of that. You guys all said like, "Oh wow, I'm gonna watch the whole thing," and then you bail out in 5 minutes. Great.
I had to spend $300 on a shampoo mascot.
I don't feel bad for you, dude, because you should have done that the same week I was doing Antonio Brown.
But this one, Brandon Perna had to make an original song about how Aaron Rodgers was not going to go to the Denver Broncos. And Mr. Perna, I believe you have that to share with us today.
Oh, my. I'm in for a treat.
Yeah.
We're all in for a treat, dude.
Well, so a little thing sort of happened here.
Oh, boy. Here we go.
I actually have 2 songs. Only one is done, so we may get a second song next week because Tom said they had to be 3 minutes. I think the first song's like 2.5 minutes. And the second song is really more on par with Rodgers going back to the Packers. This first one, not going to lie, is all over the place. Also, this might be the best punishment so far because I think it's actually more of a punishment for anyone listening to the show today. If you thought Antonio Brown was bad at music, I'm going to make him look like Mozart. It brings me pleasure. And I thought I'm going to do a country song because that's the easiest genre of music. It takes no talent to do country. Boy, was I wrong. Boy, was I wrong. So, yes, we have that. We can play it whenever you guys want.
What's the name of this first song? Because I think you need a proper intro. What's the name of the first song? Let us intro you into this first song.
First song, only song you're getting today is just called Rodgers Country Song.
Wow.
Rodgers Country Song. Take it away. Brandon Perna. Rodgers Country Song.
Let's do it, son.
Brace yourself for pain.
I'll take what is Aaron Rodgers staying in Green Bay for 1,000. Shoo-wee, hi-ya, ka-choo. Avoiding the pack is Aaron Rodgers, like an un-American draft dodger. Remember, poor Aaron was the one dodged in the draft. Now he and the pack are stuck like William Howard Taft. But even a bath might not cleanse this relationship. It's a sinking ship, it's just the tip of the iceberg. So much frustration beneath the surface is keeping Aaron Rodgers even worth it. Yes, it is. But does he really want out? Can it all be true? Well, can he make fuck you too? Packers fans, do they have hope after all? The king of the north is returning to the wall. A battle of the 12s where Rodgers will fall. And Cheesehead's a happy, he answered the call. Things were fun when it was Olivia Munn. Never got the hat trick with Danica Patrick, but how could he with Shailene Woodley? Oh, how could he with Shailene Woodley? How could he? Shailene, I'm begging of you, please don't take my man. Shailene, please don't take out QB just because you can.
Oh,
Dude.
I wish the audience could have seen our faces.
I wish they could have just watched Scooter's face the whole time.
I'm crying.
I'm blinding a candle.
I'm,
Dude, that was
Bruh.
that was better than all of Alabama's albums combined.
Wow.
oh my
Great
god.
praise from Tree.
I
Little
legit had
Nas
a
X is
headache
gonna
from
sample
laughing
that
so
song.
hard.
I'm not sure what you think country music sounds like.
Dude. We need to hear that second song now. You got to put that on your YouTube channel.
Listen. I hope I never win. Ever.
Oh, buddy, it's gonna
I-
be so
good.
bad.
I
Maybe you should have it this
genuinely, because man, oh man. 10 out of 10.
Little secret.
10 out of 10. I don't know how
I recorded
you were
that in
able.
2 takes, guys. 2 takes.
Look at what a master.
Two
I
is an
like that.
appropriate number for that song.
It
That a
started-
failing Brock Osweiler signing with the Broncos instead of the Texans out of 10.
It started off key
Oh yeah.
and off beat, which is spectacular. I don't know
Oh, yeah.
how that you could even do that. 10 out of 10.
Because I don't know anything about music
10 out of 10.
other than
Where's that? Is that on YouTube? Can you put that on your YouTube right now? I will go comment, like, and subscribe.
I'll unsubscribe so I can subscribe again.
Exactly.
I can
I am
upload
subscribed,
it.
by the way.
I can upload it.
I'm excited for the other one now too. If that is any indication
Yeah.
of what's to come for the second one, then
This is
My
remember,
gosh.
audience, chat. This is what your money buys. Okay?
and honestly, like worth every penny.
Yeah,
It really is.
you cannot. This is invaluable. You cannot put a price on talent like that. Okay, but we will damn sure try. Okay.
Oh yeah,
That's a
sorry
really
about
good
that one
question,
part in
Tom.
there, guys.
Coming,
Good
PA.
question.
It's coming.
Meant to bleep that out and then.
So that's Tom. Isn't that a perfect segue into the subject of our show today?
No, we're actually going to talk about sports.
Of course it is. Yep. As the painful thumbnail and title, which just looks disgusting on my channel, alludes to, this became a bit of a story. What was it, last week, I want to say, when this was an option as the NFLPA basically announced that players could opt out for this upcoming season due to COVID concerns, and they cannot opt back in. They cannot. They are unable to. So the deadline is tomorrow, Friday, 4 p.m. Eastern. So this got into talks that Aaron Rodgers, if he wanted to be that guy, could opt out, which would cause other financial issues, but it's a different topic than what has been discussed of him either retiring or, paying back money or what have you. So this has now been my life for the past 72 hours. So yeah.
Well,
It's a
it's close to 20 million that Aaron can keep, right? If he opts out, but he just doesn't get to play. Question is, we're 24 hours away from it. Does anyone here actually think Aaron Rodgers would opt out?
No.
I don't think so.
I
would be
bet-
hilarious. I mean, I would
How
love
much
a
money
Rodgers
would
opt-out.
he lose by opting out? What's that? What's that?
So if he sat out, it'd be like not opt out. If he sat out, I think it's like $30 million that he would have to pay back. So because like they go after his signing bonus, they go after a whole bunch of stuff. He loses, I think it's about $2 million.
Okay, let's lay it out. Let's lay it out for everyone.
Yeah,
Let's lay out the tiers. Let's lay out his options. Option one,
sits out.
Can opt out.
Not opt out, sits out. So if he sits out, it's nothing to do with COVID. He has to pay back about $30 million. So that's a heavy one. He misses $50,000 a day for each day of training camps that he misses. I think it's around $2 million for like the entirety of it. And then for this specific one, I believe he gets to keep, what is it, 20? I think the Packers can recoup about 10. So, I mean, he gets to hold on to a bunch of money. But again, it's like the ultimate petty move. Like that's super petty. And again, he would not be able to play. He cannot opt back in.
Yeah. My favorite part of this whole thing was just watching Pro Football Talk. Just completely mastered the art of clickbait.
Oh, yeah.
So, because I made a video about this too, since there's nothing to talk about right now, but it was, Aaron Rodgers, silver bullet for the season, the opt-out. Literally one day later, why Aaron Rodgers won't use the silver bullet. Both from Pro Football Talk. I was like, oh, that is nice. They stretched that out.
Mastery.
He has the silver bullet, but will he load the gun?
Yeah. No, why he won't pull the trigger. I think it
and
was
here's 5 reasons why he will.
Yeah, I think from Rodgers' perspective, it was a card he could play that if he could make the Packers think he was going to actually do it, maybe it would force them to do something. But it doesn't seem like either side's in any rush to do anything right at the moment.
I think if he opts out, I will get a tattoo of him dressed as Elmer Fudd on my right butt cheek with a shotgun, and he says, "I know you're in there, you wascally rabbit," of Aaron Rodgers. If he opts out, that's how.
Clip this on Twitch.
I'm just saying. I'll never be able to show you that. So
why not?
You never know whether I did it or not.
Oh no, you would show that. No.
But I don't think he opts out due to. How is he going to win a Super Bowl this year by claiming he's opting out because
he's going to win on Jeopardy?
I just feel like, isn't this the exact thing Aaron Rodgers wants? Like, he wants to still get paid and not play football this season.
I don't think he doesn't want to play. I think he wants to play football this season.
Didn't he want a break? I
think he just doesn't want to play with the Packers. I think.
He wants to play for the Broncos.
Yeah.
Not according to Brandon Perna. That's I've heard differently.
Yeah, I've got a whole song that says he's not.
Yeah, so you can take that to the bank.
Adam, how much super chat money would you have to win to get a Viking style tattoo?
Say that again. You kind of kirked out there at the little bit.
How much super chat money would it take for you to get a Viking style tattoo on your head?
Ooh.
Like a permanent tattoo?
Yeah. He just offered to get an Aaron Rodgers tattoo on his.
That's on my buttock.
On his butt. I'm saying how much money to get a bad looking tattoo on. I mean bad in a good way, like the Vikings wore in the show Vikings.
I would have to use my veto for that.
The thing is,
come on.
You do have to understand that makes you completely unemployable in any public service sector if you get.
I'm already completely unemployable.
Oh, all they have to do is like, it's like, here's my resume. It's like, yeah, what have you been doing for the past 3 or 4 years? Shit posting on the internet, and then they say, okay, get out.
If Adam's ever applying for a real job, I'm just going to send all the clips of this show to his employer. Specifically last week when he's like, hey, Tom, was Matt LaFleur's wife a smoke show?
but Robert Salah's wife.
Oh, Robert Salah. That's who you're asking about.
But no, I did ask.
No, he asked about Matt's.
Apparently, Tom Grassi was stunned by how attractive Matt LaFleur.
The guy next to me, literally, like, he was texting and he like showed me the text he was sending to his friend, and he sent it. He's like, I'm next to the head coach of the Jets and his wife is here and I would drink out of her bathwater. Like, that's the text he sent to his friend. And I was just like, okay, bud.
I feel like that's
imagine if she started an OnlyFans, dear God.
Anytime anyone says that. Supreme cap. You're not drinking bath water. relax.
Dude, actually, there is a girl named Belle Delphine who sold her bath water for like $50 and a bunch of people bought it.
Wow.
So, yeah,
Mark
it's,
and I gotta get
people,
in.
you will
How
never
thirsty
understand how low people go.
Right. How literally thirsty do you have to be to buy someone else's bathwater?
Nice.
Yeah, let us know right now in the comments.
Guys,
How much
Yeah.
would you buy a glass of bathwater from Urinating Tree? How much?
Oh,
Let us know.
No, I'd have to pay them. Like
is it
$500.
tinted?
Yeah, there's like little tints of yellow, maybe like brown in there. It's like it adds flavor. That's not pee. That's corroding metal from the Pittsburgh pipe system. I swear to God.
It's just lead. Don't worry about it. It's all the sulfur.
Yeah. It's just mercury. That's why we're all like 20 IQ points lower than average. So we're good. We're good.
I'm getting -0. My chat's saying -$0.
I don't blame them, dude. I wouldn't even want to pay for my own fucking bathwater. I caught myself
He's
mid-sentence.
here.
I leave
Someone said
1 week. I leave 1 week, chat.
You know,
And you
speaking
see
of,
what I can't use. Okay.
I would
Speaking of
sell my
swear jars-
bathwater with
Oh,
the
okay,
strainers
well,
on
where's
Twitch.
Speaking of swear
No.
jars,
Where's the
let's
jar?
talk about some of
Where's
the
the jar?
teams getting fined today. Number of teams getting fined. Like that transition? That was pretty good, right?
Yeah.
So Washington
I wanna know.
football team.
Ooh.
That's a great story.
Juicy.
After all the investigating and all of the workplace toxicity and sexual harassment, they were fined $10 million. So thankfully they've learned their lesson and they'll never do it again.
What did they do?
Egregious punishment.
It was like years of just that sort of crap.
Yeah,
But wait. Bruce Allen told us a long time ago the culture is actually dang good. And I changed it right there because I'm trying to be nice. But the problem is like their culture was horrible for years. And Dan Snyder's gonna say like we didn't know what was going on.
Dude,
You
here's
knew
the
exactly what was
apology.
going on. You were in the office like nearly every day. You say you were only there for 200 days. Oh, come on, get out of here.
like,
You were
I'm
so
sorry.
hands-on with team ownership over the past, ever since Scott McLuhan left. Like, why are we supposed to believe this, dude? You were trying so hard to not sell the team that you should still sell the team.
And does it even go far enough? $10 million for a franchise?
It's a
Like
drop
if
in
we're
the bucket.
trying to make a statement here, what are we actually saying with a $10 million fine? No draft picks gone.
They also stripped Dan Snyder of his power for a while. So
His
can't-
wife is in power though. So
Well, yeah.
he's still gonna
So
have to say it.
I wanna weigh in on this. So last week he basically announced that his wife is co-CEO, which is such a great. I've never seen that not backfire in any business situation.
CEO.
That's the Sabres how
Elevate
that's going.
your wife to a position of power when she has no credentials whatsoever. I've never seen that backfire. But he must have known because in the good old boy network of the NFL, someone must have been like, "Hey, dude, you're gonna get suspended for a while. You should do something about it." So he elevates his wife to co-CEO so he can puppet her from his couch. Yeah. And that's such a typical Dan Snyder. Remember, he sued a local newspaper for criticizing him. He is such a scumbag. And I have zero respect for this man. Like, normally a businessman that makes them, that brings themselves up and becomes a billionaire somehow, I usually can respect them for something. Like Robert Kraft, I can respect, right? He might be an awful person, but see ya, Tom, by the way. Thank you, Benjamin Tech. The thing is with Dan Snyder is he's so tone deaf and he's just so ignorant of his misgivings and of his behavior that he's so completely unlikable. And I cannot wait until he's not an owner. And I think other owners in the NFL feel similar to that.
And the sad part is he's in his mid-50s.
When that cheerleading story came out, I don't know how he was still.
Yeah,
I mean that came out years before too. About that years ago.
If we're talking about worst owners across all sports, where are we putting Dan Snyder?
Bottom five.
Bottom five. In all of sports or just the NFL?
All sports.
All sports.
Oh man, there's some characters that are pretty
There's some
bad.
bad
Dollar Bill
owners, dude.
Wirtz.
Who's worse
No, I mean, are we talking all time or now?
right now, currently?
Right
so
now.
dollar bills
Is
out.
worse than Dan Snyder as a owner.
I would say probably I put Vivek Ranadive down there, the owner of the Kings. Like, he's just bad. I would
Eugene
say
Melnick.
Melnick's down there. Dolan, I throw him down there.
Dolan is bad, but
Yeah,
at
he's
least
bad.
Dolan knows.
The Knicks, they're doing something.
Well, the Rangers.
I don't know if
now. It's the
I don't know if
Rangers
that's
now.
because of him or like despite him. Though.
It's
That's-
despite him. I think it's despite him.
If it was all time, because Bill Wirtz once fired his head coach. He was the owner of the Blackhawks. He once fired his head coach through a note underneath his door, like just
That's phenomenal.
slid that one.
That's how I'd
there
do
was
it.
Like he opened it up and it said, "You're fired." And
It's
he was
not
like,
even
"Oh."
dollar bill,
Spelled
dude.
wrong,
Remember
too.
Harold Ballard? He just fired people and didn't even bother to tell them until they tried parking in their parking spots.
Yeah, Ballard was pretty bad, but Dollar Bill Wirtz was worse. If
You
ask.
can't say the Broncos because they don't have one.
Soon enough,
Snyder's
it'll probably
up
be
there.
Josh Kroenke, like everything else in Denver.
In terms of, Kroenke's bad. In terms of like just sheer incompetence, though, like Dan Snyder's a bad owner, but
Snyder.
it's because he's a bad person as well.
Mm-hmm.
But Cal McNair down for the Texans
McNair.
doing a real bang up job in terms
Yeah.
of incompetence.
I throw Mark Davis and Dean Spanos in that category too.
Spanos is great.
Yeah,
Everyone
I mean,
Yeah,
I
but
mean, if you're a fan of like a team in the NFC West,
yeah, Snyder really takes the cake for now. If you did to narrow it to the NFL, I would say Snyder because he's shown no success whatsoever. At least with the Davis family, he got out of Oakland and has a really nice stadium in Las Vegas and has created what could be a potential weekend for all of us one day. So
But he
I
needs to
would
be
thank Mark
careful,
Davis for that.
because
But yeah, Snyder has just been terrible.
he's got a huge loan though. If he doesn't pay it off, that team goes to the Bank of America.
yeah,
gotta
and
be
he's the
careful.
poorest owner. He's not even a billionaire.
Yeah, he's like 500 mil. This is like a huge gamble for him. If it fails, he's done.
Loser. Rich people problems. Yeah.
You guys,
not even a billionaire.
You guys want to hear about the NBA house?
Oh,
yes.
yeah, absolutely,
Yeah.
man.
It's off topic. Randy,
Like Pound House.
Yeah,
No
you know what? We were
segue.
going to
Dan
talk about
Snyder
it
like
earlier,
show
but
up.
you
Is
know
that
what?
why?
What's that? Say it again.
NBA House sponsored by Dan Snyder, guys.
So for those unaware, I was able to participate in the first ever NBA house. I just got done. They rotated us out. They got 6 new creators going in for the finals, but I was there for the Western and Eastern Conference finals. It was dope as heck. Me, RDC World, a couple of other creators, Jay Mendoza, Dreezy, the rapper, Brittany Sky. I don't know who else I'm forgetting, but it was so dope. Like they brought us
Some guy
there.
named Kareem was there, right?
So the story for that is we met Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, but basically they had different events set up for us to do throughout the day, and then also we would have to make. I came in knowing the types of videos I wanted to make just because I know what type of videos I make. So I came in knowing I want to do this with RDC World. I want to do this with this person, but they had different events set up out throughout the day, and you just go throughout the events every day, and then come back and rinse, repeat. I was fortunate enough they were able to give us tickets to a playoff game. So I was able to go to my first NBA playoff game. Dope. I met Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. Dope. Harrison Barnes was there. It was just really a great time overall. And once again, thank you to the NBA. For some reason, someone's watching this. Very fun times overall.
I like the video that you made with RDC World and all the other creators in the NBA house. It was very funny. I watched that as well. You gave very little shine to the Knicks when she was like, we did better than we thought we would, and I thought that
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was interesting though because I was really like the only sports creator, like primarily. RDC is known for like anime, gaming. They do some sports, but everyone else was not sports. So it was interesting, like tying everything together with
like a melting
basketball.
pot. Yes.
Yeah, they didn't really want all these like sports creators. They wanted to show the the mix, right? NBA
Yeah, that
has
makes
more
sense.
to it than just sports. There's the fashion, music, all this other stuff as well.
So I hate to play
tell us
devil's
about-
advocate here, but that sounds like a slight to sports creators.
Yeah.
What's that?
I'm just being a dick.
Oh, well, that's how a lot of these things go, though. Like they
Just
don't.
the idea of one of the creators at the NBA house going, "Hey guys, can we actually turn the game off for a while?"
Yeah, I mean, it wasn't like that. Most of the people they invited were sports centric, but just not their niche, if that makes sense.
Yeah. Again, I was just being a jerk.
I
So-
will say, like, God,
So tell me about meeting Kareem, because and I'm sure the height was distracting because I
Kareem
saw
is-
him at the Thanksgiving Day parade from about 100 feet away, and he was.
You thought he was a float.
Yeah, I was
Well-
like, that is not a real person.
I know Mo Bamba, so they're like basically the same height, and so the height wasn't really a shock. It was that he was in such good like moving shape for his age. I think he's like 74 or something like that, but he's like just marching along as if he didn't spend a lifetime grinding his knees, jumping up and down playing basketball. But he is dope. I didn't realize how much social work Kareem does. Like apparently Kareem is literally one of the biggest people for this work he does outside of the game. And so he was just going over everything he did outside, and it really got me thinking, like, apart from YouTube, what can I be doing? Right? What can I be doing in Orlando locally to help out? And so it was really cool seeing someone with that mindset, especially after they've accomplished all these different things. I did ask him if he could teach me how to skyhook. That was also dope.
Oh yeah.
He also
You just
has,
blew my mind by saying he's 74. He might be the best 74-year-old looking man I've ever
That's
seen
what
in my
I'm
life.
saying. Like,
I wouldn't
bro,
have
it's,
guessed- it's
it's
I had to look it up.
wild.
I
It's
didn't
crazy.
believe you.
He
Yeah,
also has
74.
a rare cancer that he's a survivor of, because I used to work for the company that made the drug that is basically a life-saving drug, and he was a big
wow.
advocate for it. And yeah, it's called CML, chronic myelogenous leukemia. And basically, what I know this is a little scientific. What would happen is your it's called a translocation. Like your myeloid cells would flip their DNA backwards for some reason, and
Whoa.
and Novartis makes this drug that keeps that from happening. And Kareem takes that and would speak on behalf of it. So he does a lot of great things. He's just an all-around great guy, and he was also kicked some major ass in Game of Death. Okay,
yeah.
and he was great in Airplane One.
Yeah.
Yeah, he
He
was
fought
telling
Bruce
us
Lee.
about he was telling us about Bruce Lee and how they're friends and all that. So that was pretty cool. The other creator, Stefania, that was the other creator. I don't want to leave her out. That was the final creator. But and then just so you guys know, RDC World, if you were wondering how they are, what type of people they're like, they are genuine, authentic people. Like these are some of the coolest people you will meet online. The way that they act in their videos and their sketches is literally how they act in person. So RDC,
Yeah. Dree and I,
they're
our
cool
squad
people.
we beat them in flag football. Mm-hmm.
Too hype, right? We beat them.
No, we beat RDC World was on the other
Oh,
end.
right,
I
right.
picked off the quarterback, and then you tried to block for me, and I got tackled. And yes, they did. KTO was our quarterback, and Flemlo caught a touchdown. I caught a touchdown. And
What was this for?
This
Urinating
was back
tree.
in Dallas. This was
Yeah,
like
yeah, this
a
was
couple
for
years
CP.
ago.
Yeah,
Where
I've never
was
been so
I?
jealous of not being part of something since doing YouTube.
Yes,
I saw
that
you
was-
guys all playing flag football together. I was like, man, I want to be there.
Yeah, it was
I
great.
do.
RDC
What-
World is great. They really are genuine people.
We-
and they
We could do NFL house at my parents' house, guys.
Do we do it? Chat.
Yeah,
type
we
one.
can't do it
do
at
it?
my house. I got a baby,
Yeah.
but
Do they
my
have a
mom
pool?
will cook for us. My dad will let us ride his tractor, his four-wheelers, like whatever we want. We could
Can
stay
we
up
get a
super
yes?
late.
I do have to say one more thing before we get on to the next topic, though. Tom,
Yes.
congrats, brother, on going full-time YouTube. Can we get some W's in the chat, please? Listen, if you are a Tomunist, if you believe in Tomunism, you better not let this man fail.
I've got a retirement watch
This
right here.
man has been grinding. I talked to him off stream about everything he does. He is grinding for you guys, Tom Eunice. Okay, do not let this man flop. If he goes back to being a teacher, the students will be happy. We won't.
Congratulations, man. You're officially unemployable like the rest of us.
I could imagine Tom going back to being a teacher and just being so angry and being like, "Here's your syllabus.
Here's your
whole year of that
syllabus." Yeah, thank you. It was weird. Like Friday, because obviously, like you guys knew for a while, like that it was happening, and then like the last day on Friday, like when I left, it didn't really like sink in because like it's summer vacation, so like I'm supposed to have off anyway, so like there wasn't really like this, big thing. And then when I posted the video and I premiered it, like saying that I was leaving, like the outpouring of support that I got from people, like legit, I had tears. Like it was so overwhelmingly awesome. So yeah, like that it like fully hit me then, and I was just like, oh, okay, this is really cool. And then we hit 200,000 subscribers the next day. So yeah, it was.
You had a big weekend, sir.
Hold on, I'm getting some breaking news. It says Aaron Rodgers has not opted out.
Oh, got him.
Okay, has not opted out.
I do need to say one thing. We have not mentioned a very important event that's happening today. Are you all familiar with what the special occasion of today is?
Oh, yes.
It is Bobby Bonilla Day, the greatest day in the sports calendar. Normally, this would be day one of NHL free agency, but thanks to certain COVID, it's been pushed back for the last couple of years. But I just want to make sure everyone here familiar with the gist of Bobby Bonilla Day. Like, why it's a thing.
I need you to explain it.
All right,
okay.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
So
This is
here's
my
what
dream
happened
right
with
here.
Bobby Bonilla. In 2000, I think, 99, I think it was, Bobby Bonilla was signed to about a 2-year contract worth about $6 million per year. He has a really bad first year. And what happened was that Bobby Bonilla gets bought out. His contract's $5.8 million. But their lawyer had a better idea. Pay it over like a 15-year span with 8% interest on return. So they'd be paying him like $1.2 million per year for the next like 25 years. And the Wilpons, the owners at the time, you're definitely a big fan of this. Yeah, they agreed to it because, hear this, they thought they were going to make more money investing in Bernie Madoff than they would by paying off that buyout. So we can thank Bernie Madoff and his massive Ponzi scheme for the greatest day in sports history. And that's why, I mean, we all know what happened with Bernie Madoff. It was
so they were getting 10% returns on money that they gave Bernie Madoff, and they were like, "Oh, well, the interest deferral on Bobby Bonilla's $6 million we're gonna make so much money. Like, trust me, stick with me, kid. We're gonna be winners." And then, so until the year 2035, Bobby Bonilla turned.
What's this guy's name?
Bobby
Bonilla.
He was actually a pretty good player.
Yeah,
former Pirate, former Met, won a World Series with the Marlins.
New York. Yep.
So he gets like 1.2 million like every year.
Vanilla?
Yep, for 25 years. It goes on until 2035.
So every July 1st, he gets a check for $1.183 million. And that's going on until the year 2035. So if some company wants to pay me that in that manner, I would be very happy to take $1.193 million a year.
Bro, you think he'd take a lump sum? You think
it's easier just to do it because it's the 8% return on interest.
So the Wilpons didn't have the money, like they didn't want to pay the money all at once because they wanted to sign Mike Hampton and all these other free agents to make a World Series run. So they were just like, we'll get to that later. It was basically like refinancing a house, right? Like
doesn't some other player have a similar situation?
There are a bunch of different buyouts.
A bunch of Bobby Bonilla. Yeah,
Brett Saberhagen has like $600,000 a year. Bruce Sutter, I think, had like a big one with the Braves that finally expired.
Ken Griffey Jr. gets $3 million a year for like
the Reds.
10 year from the Reds.
Yeah, it almost happened with Steve Young in the USFL. They tried to give him a $40 million contract that would be paid in an annuity, and he would still be making that same like yearly paycheck. I think it would have ended in 2020. but the league went under, and it was a similar deal there.
Right. Yeah. Bankruptcy will protect you for that. But yeah, if anyone wants to pay me $1.1 million a year to do nothing, which
that man's got to be skipping to the mailbox every July 1st. He just wakes up like the birds are singing, opening the shade. Like, what a great day! He's just waiting for the mailman with his coffee.
But the year that the check's mailed a little late, like it gets the mailbox and it's not there.
Yeah, like that would be that's our dreams one day. Just like sit there, be bought out, and maybe like make like a couple $100,000 a year just for doing nothing. Just be like, okay, where's our next Bernie Madoff, and who's going to be crazy enough to think, oh, we can get 10% return on interest because we're making 15 off this random dude.
8%. Bet MGM. Give me the biggest sports book.
Kind of money. Yeah.
No, it's not even DraftKings. Like, dude, let's go further, man. Let's go big time.
Yeah.
Let's go the Mets.
We're gonna get purchased by the Mets.
I mean, I was on the YouTube broadcast yesterday wearing a Mets jersey. That should qualify me for $1.1 million.
I have a tweet. Someone just tweeted, "Thanks a lot, Brandon Perna. I'm gonna have to clean out my ears listening to your masterpiece." Why do we viewers on Clickbait Sports have to suffer?
That's why I said it's a good punishment, because the viewers for the first time are really going to suffer.
No, they suffered if they joined my streams for.
Well, that's also true.
Yeah, that was pain.
I'm retweeting this. This is hilarious. Please go look at this.
Oh, sorry.
Please go look at this retweet. Look at the picture. It is hilarious.
Yeah, your face the whole time, Scooter, was...
We were all just laughing, and then I ran downstairs and got this handy-dandy lighter.
Tom was laughing. Tree got the fire. Adam, I wasn't paying attention to. And Scooter, I could just tell, was genuinely a little horrified.
Yeah.
Scotty, just wait till it's your turn, man. Just wait till it's your turn.
I am afraid. I have a question, though. I'm scared. I have a question, though, for Tree and 5 Points, our NHL go-to knowledge base. As you can see, I am wearing my Tampa Bay Lightning's jersey. We're up 2-0, game 3 tomorrow. What are you guys thinking? What is it looking like?
I think game 2 kind of got stolen from Montreal. They controlled a lot of possession for the majority of that game. If it weren't for that last second goal and the random gaff by Joel Edmondson, it might be a tie game.
Bro, it's so weird because, like, I understand everything you just said. Like, it's crazy.
See, that's the glory of hockey, man.
I'm slowly piecing together my NHL knowledge. And you know what? As I do this, Tom is slowly piecing together his NBA Bucks knowledge.
Yeah, it was so great getting involved in basketball, and then Giannis gets hurt. Thankfully, it's not like, significant.
Well, let's put it this way. The Bucks have a lot in common with the Green Bay Packers. They always come up short before the finals. So you know what? That works.
Yeah. And even my Nuggets, like Jamal Murray gets hurt before the postseason. It's similar, Tom. It's going to end badly because none of us deserve glory here.
His team straight up blew it up.
Still repping. Like, let's go.
His team's pretending.
Listen, Tom, if you want, send me a clip with you in a Bucks jersey, and I'll get you in my NBA videos.
All right, I have a shirt. I don't have a jersey.
I mean, right there. That works.
He's wearing one right now.
You send me a couple lines, boom, you're in. Easy.
We need Ice Hockey House.
At least we aren't the Packers.
Hockey House?
But it's on ice.
Like, I wanted to say this too, and about the NBA, because I will say, like, the NBA is like one of the best organizations when it comes to like supporting creators, because like the NBA lets like YouTubers do like whatever the hell they want.
And they really don't claim anything.
And they don't. Like that, like the NFL honestly could learn so much.
NFL claims everything instantly. NHL claims most things pretty instantly. MLB's like 50-50.
They used to be worse, but yeah, MLB's like
MLB just clam stuff down left and right.
Yeah, so I like that's the thing. Like when you're saying, like the NBA, like it just brings more views to the game and the product. Like we help like the sport. I mean, like I know
NFL doesn't really need us though. So
no, that's correct. But I think it's crazy because like an NFL house, that'd be fun.
Yes.
NFL, there's probably a better chance of us getting a cease and desist order from the NFL than them ever working with us.
Fine. Then we just do a clickbait one. We don't even need the NFL. We go to a company and go, hey, give us a bunch of money to rent out a house and we'll make content and you can sponsor it.
Well, even
Would you
like all the
Who
stuff we
says
do,
no?
it'd just be like just us in front of a camera talking.
Who says no?
Chat. Just so the publishers, when we pitch this house, can get an idea. Would you be down for that? Type 1 right now if you would be down
how,
for
like,
that.
do you know the amount of
yeah.
content that'd be? Like, it'd be anarchy. It'd be beautiful.
It would
I
be
want it to
would be craziness. It would be me and Tom fighting each other. It'd be Brandon and Five fighting each other. It'd be me and Five fighting each other. It'd be Scooter and Tom fighting each other, and it'd be just Brandon just
Scooter's
going
making reaction
and beating
videos
the crap
as
out of
we're
all
fighting
of us.
each
That's
other.
what's gonna happen. And then we bring in like Flemlo, KTO, Chiseled Adonis. We bring in like a bunch of other guys. You know, we'll bring in some NASCAR guys too.
And then we
We'll
burn
bring in
the
some
house
baseball guys.
down.
You know what? Bring in everybody. Why not?
Then, like at the end of,
I mean,
the Ultimate
guys,
Fighter,
you
trash
guys
the
are
house.
talking about this
They will be purged
facetiously,
by
but
Tommy
this
Aspire.
this could actually like be something we actually think about and seriously package. So when we're done,
I
let's
want to
discuss
live
offline.
in the Raiders newly built club in their stadium for an entire year. That's what we do. The Raiders in zone club. We have to stay in there for whoever stays the longest wins.
Now
Mark
a
Davis's
Mr. Beast challenge.
It's like
Mark
a
Davis
Mr.
is not
Beast
$1 billion.
challenge. Where you have to keep your hand on a Raiders fan.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, the problem is if we keep our hand on a Raiders fan, my hand's getting cut off.
Yeah.
That's what's
Yeah.
happening.
To rewind back to the hockey, I just want to put my 2 cents in there. Scott, by the way, Scotty Dude 456 wants me to wear a Bobby Bonilla jersey as punishment. He contributed $20 there.
Wow.
This series, this whole playoffs is eerily similar to the Rangers in 2014 when they got all the way to the finals, when they rode a hot goaltender in Henrik Lundqvist all the way, and the Canadians got there the same way, riding Carey Price to the final, and they're vastly outmatched by
Same
the
thing
Lightning.
happened with the if you remember the Predators in 2017. Pacarena.
Yeah, and I said this before, and I said this on the dumpster fire that the Canadians might not slow down to the finals. You could see a very ugly game. Like I could see the Lightning coming out in Game 3 and playing trap and just clogging up the neutral zone. And
What does that mean? Hold up.
Okay, so
you can't just,
The thing
Hold
is,
on,
like,
I'm
it's a defensive first system. It's
Oh,
usually
clearly.
the most notorious trap was done by Jacques Lemaire of the New Jersey Devils back in the mid-90s. It was a 1-4 trap. So what they would do is have 4 guys clog the neutral zone, and instead of inspiring creativity, what they would do is like increase pressure on the forwards checking and the defenders, and they would thrive on the counterattack. That's how New Jersey won their championships all this year.
Yeah, it's like being a boxer that says like, all right, I'm not going to throw this fight. I'm just going to, because you're
It's like Floyd Mayweather nowadays.
Right. So in hockey, there's 3 zones. There's the offensive zone, the defensive zone, and then neutral. And a lot of games are won in neutral, where if you're controlling that space and you're controlling that area, you can dominate, because that's where a lot of the offense comes in. And Tampa's really good at stretch passes through the middle, and Montreal was good at that. But what Tampa could do is anticipate that and just clog that area and eliminate all that stretch passing, get 1 or 2 goals, and then shut them out, and that would be it. If they go up 3-0, and I think this series will be over in less than 6 games. I think it only goes 5. Tampa, for them to steal a game like that and be up 2-0, it's a bad sign for Montreal. So by this time next week, you could have a second Stanley Cup for the Lightning.
You know what they say, though? You're not in trouble until you lose a home game. So if Montreal wins these next 2 games, it's a brand new series.
Could be, but I just don't see that. But this could age like milk, like all my takes. Like all my
don't
takes
you remember
are-
you saying that Chris Paul was going to choke? How'd that take?
I did not say that he was going to choke. I just said that.
You said
I
it was
just
on the
questioned-
title, dude.
Oh, was
questioned
him?
whether he would.
Was Chris Paul getting shoved? Was that a retaliation for his
Beverly.
flop? Was that for his flop?
Yeah.
well,
Patrick
actually,
Beverley.
I saw Patrick Beverly tweeted and apologized for that push.
Coward.
And then he said it wasn't directed at him. It was just the moment. He was so angry at
I just needed
the
to shove
moment.
somebody.
He was the closest guy, basically.
Yeah,
to
but
him.
no one saw what happened before when
They had the
Boogie
clip.
Cousins. Oh, go ahead.
Oh, no, you go ahead.
Boogie Cousins got the ball and he just turned, and Chris Paul like snuck underneath his elbow, and then he anticipated him using his elbow like this, and then Chris Paul did this little number and fell and was like, oh my god, he elbowed me, and then he drew a one-shot technical. So I can understand the Clippers wanting to retaliate, but at the same time, Beverly kind of did took it a little too far. But
it's funny because Chris Paul used to be a Clipper. Right?
I also saw Steve Ballmer grab the thighs of his two compatriots on the court side, and then he must have been like, developers.
Oh, this is. I'll pull that clip up. It is.
Yeah,
it was so weird, but like clearly Patrick Beverly was outgamed in his instigation. Like, if that's the game you're playing, how are you gonna lose as an instigator? Your role is to aggravate, agitate. And then you are the one turning around, pushing someone in the back, no less.
That the MO of the instigator is to never crack. Like, you're the heel.
Man.
Like, you're not supposed to crack.
On.
Oh, here it is. What is he doing?
What?
I have never wanted to grab two other guys' thighs in any situation. Like, even being around Tree at the
one dude just
event,
like, get away from me.
Right. As irresistible as it seems, I've never just wanted
Is
to grab
this
two thighs.
sexual harassment we're witnessing? What is this?
Maybe
No.
that's
Dan Snyder hired him.
He's like, get your hand off of my inner thigh, sir. What?
Developer.
He's
And
lucky
he's
they
like,
weren't women next to them, or
cheating.
else
This
that
is
would
a
be a
strange-
sexual harassment lawsuit waiting to happen.
Like, he's like, look, he's kneading like a cat, and then
All right, guys, let's see what's going on with Boss Baby.
DreamWorks Animation.
That's
What?
horrifying.
So, what else do we want to talk? Oh,
But I do want to have that conversation in the last like 5 minutes about.
Okay.
I think that's a good one. Yeah.
so
Get it, Scooter. You can bring it up.
okay, so as you guys see, I'm wearing a Tampa Bay Lightning's jersey. I became a fan of Tampa Bay in 2018 because I tweeted, "Who should I be a fan of?" And then everyone was like, "You should just like the Lightning because they're good and they're also the closest team to you." So I was like, "Dope, I'm in." We were the favorites that year. We're supposed to win everything. We didn't. We got blanked 4-0 in the first round.
Yeah,
2018.
that was beautiful. That was just so beautiful.
Now
I miss it.
we come back, we win the Stanley Cup. We are looking pretty this year to repeat. Am I a bandwagon fan? Yes or no? And
Yeah.
similarly, before you answer that, similarly, Tom Grossi
Yes.
over here
Yes.
started watching basketball, NBA.
Sure.
He's rooting for the Bucks, who just happened to be in the conference finals. Does that make him a bandwagon fan? What makes someone a bandwagon fan?
See,
Chat, let us know.
I've been accused of being a bandwagon fan because I live in New York. So like because I live in New York, I have to be a fan of like the Bills, the Jets, or the Giants.
Hey, why don't you root for the Jets? New York.
I don't know what happened there, but no. But they
You got your bullet.
but that's the thing. So like I've been a fan since I was 6 years old of the Packers. So like I guess, and the reason I did is because the Packers beat the Cowboys, who my dad is a huge fan of. So like that's the only reason why. So like I feel like there's a certain amount of time that like you're not a bandwagon fan anymore. So like I think Five, you said this right before the show, like when we went live, like if you're like repping when like things are going poorly, like your team sucks, I don't think you're a bandwagon fan anymore. Like because a bandwagon literally is like you're hitching it to a winning team, right? So like the only reason I'm like with the Bucks is because so many of my fans are Bucks fans and have been trying to get me to watch basketball forever. So I was like, all right, and it just so happened, and then they were in Brooklyn, so I was like, all right, I'll go. So yeah,
I just don't understand the people who call me a bandwagon Cowboys fan. What are you talking about? What is there to bandwagon? We have not won. It's beyond me. At this point, it's beyond me.
If you're not even old enough to remember the championships in the early 90s, so like I would never accuse you of being now to me what a bandwagon does is like if say all of a sudden Tampa's bad and say the Panthers get good and you're repping Panthers gear in 2 years or something like that, then I'm questioning your fandom, right? But if you're still repping your team, like me being a Knicks fan, even in the terrible years where I did threaten to auction off my Knicks fandom one time, but I did not. I said I would not be sold to another team. But whoa, what is this?
Here you go, Scooter. Cowboys were fined $100,000 and Mike McCarthy $50,000.
I saw
OTA violation.
I saw not this one, but another tweet, and I'm just like, for what though? Like what did they do?
Violation.
Violation.
Yeah, OTA violation.
Somebody got
Like, what does that mean? They like weren't within the lines?
I'm just gonna totally take a shot in the dark. Either one, it was for like contact, because I know the Seahawks got fined for that. I want to say it was last year or 2 years ago because they were actually like hitting in practice and you weren't supposed to.
Yeah.
Or it could be COVID violations. Like I don't know, but like that's what I would guess.
Could have made them do the Oklahoma drill, which is a major violation.
Oh, I
Can't
remember
do that.
Oh,
Can't do that anymore.
Or Mike Vrabel was like, who else wants to cut off their penis for a Super Bowl?
For a Super Bowl.
And they were like, dude, you can't ask people that. So Scooter disappeared off the screen and then he came
I disappeared because
Yeah.
right now my Bolts fans during game 2 is premiering. I set it to premiere at 6. But I'm back now. It'll be fine. It'll be fine.
Okay. Let's should we do the countdown, boys?
Yeah.
Yes. So, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to do a 30-second countdown, the buzzer beater, to get all those donos in. So, communists, of course, to donate to 5.
Hot
We
donos.
will
Hot
make them
donos.
suffer. And after this, no more dono.
Ladies and gentlemen, the countdown. Get ready for the countdown.
I'll take.
All right. Sorry.
That's just a 2 minute and 30-second countdown.
wanted to-
That's all
All
that
right,
is.
let's do the countdown. All right, for real.
This is music.
This is great. You unmute yourself. Like you can talk over this.
Oh yeah, that's what we've been doing for the last 4 weeks.
Ladies and gentlemen, who will be the one winner to reign supreme? Will it be communism? Will it be democracy? Scootocracy? 5 points.
Some serious buzzer beaters going on here. What is going on?
Oh my yeah, baby.
And just like that, ladies and gentlemen,
Hot donos coming in.
Dang, son.
Let's get it. Benny,
Wow, they really want to punish me. All right,
Well, I lost. so
two
thank you.
hundo.
Tom,
Oh baby.
go around. You do
All right.
the.
Let's start off with one Brandon Perna.
Let's see. I am at
Big winner.
$167.77.
Oh,
67 for Brandon. All right.
Not bad,
There's
guys.
all those cheers for that song, dude.
Shailene, I'm begging of you, please don't take my man.
You know, it's growing on me. It is growing.
all right. Urinating trick.
Well, I'm actually at only $134 today, so I lost.
Ooh, wow.
Brandon, I mean, I'm probably dead last today. So you know what? That's a good feeling.
Scoots.
You are not dead last because once again, my
No.
community is coming through and providing me for 7 gifted subscriptions, which totals to about $35 USD.
Not bad. Not
What's up?
bad.
Well, that's not bad. I mean, subscriptions are monthly recurring payments.
They are recurring. They are recurring.
Wow.
So I mean that you got to think long range, not just like, oh, I only made X amount. You got to think about the long-term ramifications
Exactly.
of those
Exactly.
subscriptions, sir.
So basically, what you're saying is at the end, we should tally up how much Scooter has made for all those returning people and have like one big punishment at the end.
That or uses experiences
Just wait till
at the
football.
NBA Hype House.
There's gonna be some punishment. Okay.
All right,
Oh, dude.
Bob, you want me to go or you want to go?
You go first, because
All right. I am at 224.59, and I know with that 200 from Benny Deck, buddy. Woo! That's gonna. Oh,
Oh,
Five got paid today.
SpaghettiOs.
5 got paid.
Viking tattoo. Viking
Like
tattoo.
You just make him blow his veto now. What'd you get, 5?
$415.97. I am your loser.
Big
That's what you get.
loser.
Prematurely announcing my exodus.
Thank you, Benjamin Tech. You ruined it all.
Benny Tech.
Is Aaron
Now what do I
Rodgers
gotta
opted
do?
out
Okay.
yet? Where are we?
Let us come up with
Oh, yeah.
a punishment. It's there. Like I have to use it.
Now, here's the thing. I was very impressed with 5's Ode to Gettleman. I feel like we should really use his artistic creativity again.
Ooh.
I feel like we should, in a different vein, in a different medium, perhaps. But I like where his head was at.
Yeah, maybe he has to paint a portrait of someone.
What are we thinking about?
Adam builds models. He's got the paint. I think he
I can draw. I can draw.
He can draw. We've all
What-
seen.
what are
his
we thinking
bongs.
about?
We do a live stream of like it's a live Bob Ross, but it's my
what
god.
do we
we're getting
think
a Bob
about
Ross
having 5 do 3 to 5 TikTok dances? Just gotta learn all of them. The Renegade. What are we thinking?
thing.
I want him
Just
to have
throwing it
to,
out there.
to paint the portrait through the duration of next week's episode.
Can he be in a Bob Ross outfit?
Ooh,
I want the
could
wig.
Paint in a Bob Ross outfit. Yeah. Of
That
what?
was Bob Ross for Halloween,
What is-
and I share
what
a
is-
birthday with Bob Ross.
What is the
so-
painting of?
That's what.
Ooh.
How about the level of despair you had when
What's
the
up,
Washington
Jerry Jones?
Nationals scored 9 runs on the New York Mets that one day in 2019?
So I have to
That
paint a
face you had?
self-portrait?
That's how you do it.
Let's see here. Who? Yeah. Oh. Hmm.
Let me see if I can find
Man,
the
chat,
photo.
leave
Portrait
comments
of Dan
or
Snyder.
5 points punishment. This is the best part of the whole thing that
Have
we're
to
doing.
paint
here.
Bobby Bonilla.
Who's a super ripped dude that we could get a photo of him shirtless that would be like a thorn in Adam's side as a Giants fan?
What was
Oh,
that?
I hear somebody like draw the boat party picture.
Oh, boat
T-shirt.
party. I think we're trending up.
That
All right, that's
I did
pretty
see
good.
boat party.
Someone
I
said
gotta
Danny
give
Dimes
credit to
tripping.
whoever said that. I gotta find out.
You
Danny
should-
Dimes tripping and falling.
You should have to paint his bald head.
I'd have to paint myself on the boat with everyone else.
Just like,
I'm hearing Bobby Bonilla jersey.
I think. All right. So 5. I have a logistical question to ask you. Would it be easier for you to do this on a live stream or this show while it's going on, and you have to participate and paint at the same time?
I could do the painting. Like I could.
Okay.
I'm talented enough where I could do the painting while we were talking. No
Perfect.
problem.
Ooh,
I like
love
that.
the confidence. Love the
All right.
confidence.
So Bob Ross dressing up. I think that's acceptable.
Okay, I can dress as Bob Ross and paint the boat painting.
Hell yes.
what is the
That's a
boat
good
painting?
punishment.
The boat.
Remember the
picture.
boat party before
Remember
the 2017
The
playoffs?
Giants boat picture, and then
Oh, okay, yes.
Yeah. Who'd you guys lose to
what?
after the boat picture? Wasn't there?
You're hilarious.
Wait, wasn't
You know
there?
Remember that year that the Pack 15-1?
I do. We lost to the Chiefs. It was a sad day.
No, they were like 15-1, and they were.
Yeah, and guess who we beat in the regular season? The Giants. I don't remember the postseason, but guys, this has been a great show. Let's go around and see what people are going to be doing. Tree, what do you got coming out?
Well, I'm working on an NBA Finals vid, so I'm hoping to have that out over this weekend. I'm just waiting on one more result.
Okay. All right. Fantastic. Mr. Brandon Perna, where can people find your fantastic singing voice?
That's good sports here on YouTube. I think. Oh yeah, I did a NFC North power ranking today. I probably won't get another video up until Monday because I'm trying to enjoy a little bit of July.
I'm sorry, who was number 1?
What?
Who was number 1 in your power ranking?
It's still the Packers.
Okay, good.
I really upset Bears fans because I put them at the bottom.
Oh, under the Lions? I'm gonna go watch that video now.
Lions got a new attitude, and they are going to shock some people this
They're
year.
gonna bite some kneecaps, baby. Mr. Scooter McGritter, what do you got coming out? What are we working on?
Bolts fans during Game 2 literally just premiered. Leave a comment with hashtag Clickbait Sports. I will reply to you. We're going to be doing some NBA fans after the conference championships. When those complete, Tom, please send me your clips to be included in the video. And then just finishing up the Lightning series.
I got an idea. Topless James Dolan.
No, man, no.
Okay.
Do I gotta draw him like one of your French girls?
Yes.
Wearing only
James Dolan would love that.
Should I do him like George Costanza, but it's James Dolan? No.
Mr. 5 Points, what do we got? I saw you just had a video come out.
Sorry, hold on. My wife needs her key. That's in my pocket. You want to come on the show, honey?
No, but I don't want you.
See, now's the part where you got to do this.
Anyways, I have got a video about baseball fields with weird ass colors, and then the polarizing career of Matthew Stafford will be coming up, and also most defensive offensive players in the NFL, because LeBron said that Tom Brady doesn't have to play both ends of the floor. And I want to find the players in football that actually have played both ends of the floor. And Will Keys has written another pristine script right there, and it's going to be fun to make.
Very nice.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, fantastical. All right, folks. Well, this has been a pleasure. Another harrowing episode of Clickbait Sports. Yes. I look forward to seeing Bob Ross next week. And listen, maybe the costume comes in, so maybe you get a double dose. So,
double punishment week.
Double dose. So, thanks, folks. We'll see you next week. Later.